4,000 minus 250, this is 4,750 billion US dollars. This is how long is it? 7 years or even 5 years. So the question is very simple. Why don't you make a target from 4,750 million? My personal target 2 years ago is to get 100 million US dollar. Is it possible? I need 2 big strikes. I need 2 big strikes. Right? So if I were to be this guy, 1 big strike, and he has 32 million. What this guy needs to do to join DEC, I'll show you the potential, and he has 32 million, he spent 1 million to buy at a cheap price. $25 become 32 million. If he dump 1 million here, how much is it going to be? So my plan is to have 2 big strikes. I have to be very, very careful in choosing this. Then, if this is the potential, very simple question. What is your plan? And if you have a plan, how you want to execute your roadmap to achieve this 100 million? This is what I want to share. Is it okay?
Okay.
Alright. Okay, anyway, I found this good opportunity to
It's the one your life.
huh?
Your life.
Clear apa? This is the big picture. Okay, now when we talk about now we're moving towards the preview, the presentation about this renewable energy. Okay, climate congestion and evolution. This is due to previous technology, previous energy. All right. Okay, all the countries has their new energy policies. US try to lead on the new energy and environmental issue. So EU has a policy. France, Denmark, Italy, Germany, Spain, UK. Every single country has their policy on this new energy. And the best part, each of them also has a timeline when to ban the full energy. So some of them going to ban by 2040, some of them by 2045. They are moving towards new energy. This is the policy, right? Okay. Traditional versus renewable energy comparison. This is due to exhaustible, limited energy, increased carbon dioxide, low pollution, large storage, to all from the natures, right? The best part about this, which I'm very happy, I hope they really go to it, right? This is not prone to energy wars. Why the havoc is happening now? Due to petrol, right? Okay, this is what we call it, petrodollar. Okay, anyway, let's be specific because we can use the electricity to charge to anything, right? Let's be specific. This electric charging is mainly for vehicle. Okay. Okay. China has studied on this automobile industry about this renewable for 15 years, starting 1998. Right. So by 2008 up to 2013, okay. So the factory and the industry has not prepared for it. By 2014, okay, that's it. The timeline. So they have a very clear policy. Means by 2030, 80% of the vehicle in China must be in electric vehicle. 2035, they should reach 100%. Right? Then once the government has a very clear policy, then it goes large scale production. Clear? Okay. When the government of China has a very clear policy, the car maker also have to adjust whatever their strategy. So Volvo says all the S60 model goes to China must be an electric car. BMW say starting by 2020 they will produce around 25 new model, all in electric, using electric for China market, and of course to the rest as well. So Mercedes say it will be fully electric by 2022 for especially China market, right? Same goes to Volkswagen, Toyota, and Jeep. Okay, simply big. Okay, in short, it's like you are changing engine to electric control, gearbox to battery, petrol, diesel using motor. I was surprised. Kita orang pergi Xiamen, so we were looking at all the car. The best part, no motorcycle at all. Cikgu Sin was the one who asked me, Alam, do you notice there's no motorcycle at all? Yang ada itu, it's like the one my friend used that one small one electric punya tu, bawa pergi surau saja lah. So dengan electric ni, nobody is wearing helmet because it's not classified as motorcycle. So all electric cycle. Okay. So but how about the car? Some has exhaust, some doesn't have exhaust. Then only we notice because one of the driver he speak in Chinese. So he said the one that electric car is the one without exhaust. Dan kita oh tak ada exhaust, ni ada exhaust. Okay, so tapi tak apa. Okay, how to charge all this electric car? They need to use this particular thing. This we call it pipe, right? This is the pipe. So anyway, let's have a look on this video.
Recently, developed countries have taken development of new energy as a long-term development energy strategy in order to face the increasingly prominent problems of fossil energy prices and entertainment pollution. Meanwhile, the economic benefits brought by the traditional energy industry are getting weaker, and the drawbacks of institutionalization are becoming serious. Therefore, the development of new energy industry has formed a consensus in all countries around the world. In traditional energy industry, the coordination and interoperability of energy systems under the state of separation and self-control has become increasingly difficult to achieve. Centralized energy operation structure not only cannot meet the needs of scheduling optimization, but has high operating costs and serious waste of resources. There are obvious hidden dangers of information security in the central institutions, lacking a credible value delivery system. DEC Global Intelligent Distributed New Energy Network was born at the right moment. DEC is committed to building an intelligent new energy industry and a digital world connected by a distributed self-operating communities. Based on blockchain technology, DEC adopts the network structure of main chain plus side chain to integrate the supply side of new energy industries at different scales and types in the world, remodeling the production system of the whole industry chain. In the intelligent ecological network system constructed by DEC, distributed microgrid, shared charging, shared equipment leasing, new energy mall, new energy crowdsourcing, and social network are 6 core business modules. DEC will empower the energy enterprises, taking wireless charging equipment as the first energy landing application scenario, and building a huge Internet of Things ecosystem. As the engines of DEC ecosystem business, DEC Digital Wallet not only guarantees the security of assets, but brings users a convenient asset trading experience. At the same time, a decentralized digital asset exchange is established to make the value flow smoothly. Technology leads the future. DEC, which integrates innovative technologies such as blockchain, Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, big data, and cloud computing, may not be the universal key to solve all energy problems, but it can become the catalyst of business model and process change in the whole energy industry, creating more wealth miracles for mankind.
So that's the video of how talking about the birth of DEC, why this is happening, right? So anyway, to form all, this is what actually happened. I've shown to you that the government has a clear policy by 2030 and 2035, right? So they are charging, how many charging pipe company in China? More than, I heard more than 20, but 6 big one. So one of the biggest charging power charging equipment company is Starcharge. Okay. So this is the part. Now this company, their target is to deploy 30 million piles throughout the countries. Right? So the best part, last week when we went there, a few days ago, so they have another strategy. They apply the same concept that Alipay take off throughout China, right? By creating a dealership program. Means you could own the whole station. That will make the infra, right, spread very fast. They want to make it the infra very, very fast. I've heard about this strategy. Let's say all the coins in the market, 2,000-3,000 over, most of them don't have infra yet. Look. And if I want to put my money in any blockchain project, and most of the company, their status is startup company. Agree? Huh? Most of them are status. I was with my mentor, the late Dato' Anwar. We were talking about it many times. Why not? There's an existing company, good business, they have infras and everything. What they need to do is just adopt the blockchain technology and issue a coin. So when they want to issue the coin, I just want to know, is it POW or POS? Is it mineable or is it using staking? Right? So for me, I just want to know that. Without that, I myself cannot participate. It has to go a normal way, conventional way. Right? So means if they adopt, they just need to exchange from using fiat to crypto. Correct? Okay, this is how it goes. This file company, this is Starcharge. Currently, they already have many years in electric car. So they plan to deploy 30 million using franchise conventional way, right? So this company joining all trade exhibition in China. In one of the exhibition, right? So a group of blockchain developer or consultant also joining this trade exhibition, looking all the companies, and this blockchain consultant saw this company and telling this company, you have infra A to Z, right? This is from your producer, from A to Z. Obviously, if you want to deploy 30 million bar, you have a target. Once it's completed, you're gonna get X billion profit, right? They must have a target projection, right? So this blockchain consultant says, how about if I make your projection minimum 100 times than your projection? Of course, this can get accepted. How to do about it? Okay, let's introduce. There's a new technology, we call it blockchain technology. This is how it needs to be done. Right? That's how things get started. Right? How to make layman understand easy. Very simple. I have this analogy. Let's say this is Facebook sendirian Berhad. Okay? They change it to Berhad. Offer a share, sell it to the public. Since they have a very good business, listed at New York Stock Exchange, and the price goes higher because it's a good business, right? So, and it makes Mark Zuckerberg, one of the richest men in the world. Do you know that he can do it second round? He can do it second round. Number 2, they managed to launch Libra. How many years they have been in the business? More than 10 years. How many users they have? 2.4 billion Facebook account, all the database. Subscriber. Let's call it user. Right? If they launch Libra, means they are running a good business. They have infra, they have a community, they have users. Okay? What if each of the user only buy $10 of Libra? So the owner have collected how much? 2.4 trillion US dollars. Right? And instantly biggest bank in the world. This is what scarce. The monopolized. Sounds good. Sensitive shit. Right? So that really scares the world. But remember, Bill Gates says, banking is essential, banks are not. Means, what in banking transaction, it's a must, it's essential, it's a must. Doing transfers, doing loan and everything, right? But banks are not. That's why we call it fintech company. Who's going to take over the world now? Or really scares the market now? First, IT company, right? They are bigger than the bank. Now, this IT company, if they know about blockchain, they are moving into blockchain, they can wipe out the whole bank. They are bigger than the bank. If they collected $10, each of them buy $10 from two, means it's worth 2.4 trillion. Correct? So they can offer loan and do everything. And this is what really scares. That's why Trump get involved, Congress, Senate, calling Mark Zuckerberg, calling CEO. But if you don't allow it here, we move somewhere. Because this is decentralized. Tak tahu lah, all the politics there, I don't want to get involved. So, it's the same thing here. If you make a projection by doing franchise traditional way, you're going to get X billion of profit. That's your projection. How about if I can make minimum 100 times than your projection? How to do? They just need technology. Clear? Clear. Alright. So now, this part, how they do? Very simple. Currently in China, these are the users, right? The users, they are using apps. So, they go to the part, just transfer, now using QR code only. Right? So, and to charge their car, their vehicles. Okay. How do they make payment here? Currently, Alipay, WeChat, or even you can use credit card or debit card. And all these payments are using Clear? Example, with 10 renminbi, you can charge 1 hour. This is an offer. If they use DEC, not DEC, the one that we're talking about, DEC, but the one with a P here will be DECC. I'll explain later. So, but if you use DEC, you still use 10 renminbi, but you can charge 2 hours. This is 50% discount. Correct? What's the rate currently in the market? I've checked with them. Petrol cost. For every kilometer, 1 kilometer, for petrol, gonna cost them 70 cents per kilometer. But if they use this, right, electric car, it's gonna cost, each kilometer is gonna cost them 10 cents renminbi. Now, this fuel come to the market. 1 kilometer is going to cost you 5 cents. Macam mana? Okay, how to make people understand? Very easy. This is Starbucks, right? The cost of this drink going to cost you 15 ringgit. If you use cash, 15 ringgit, credit card, 15 ringgit, debit card, 15 ringgit. But if you use Starbucks point, they give you 20% up to 50% discount. This is prepaid business. You will upfront your money to get the point.
Like touch and go now.
Right? Like touch and go, like AAsia. This is very good business. If they just want to enjoy this, but how about a million people wants to enjoy 50% discount? They have to upfront their fiat currency. 1 million giving 100 ringgit means Starbucks will collect 100 million ringgit instantly and with zero cost. Then we can use the money to roll the money. Correct? So the same thing, principle apply here. Correct? Okay, now. So these are the people. The DEC Foundation is being set up in Singapore. Okay. So this is to elaborate. If they run the whole from producer to consumer, they have to go through all the middlemen, right? Traditional way, right?
Yeah.
So there are difficulty, there are mismanaged, there are corruptions and everything, whatever it is. Alright? So this, if the problem of traditional new energy industry. So these consultants suggested them, if you blockchain the whole process, these are the benefits. That's why they get excited. More excited because the money. Alright? Okay, now they're gonna start with first target first. The main chain, which is targeting the electric car user, just to do the charging. Right? So and the crypto player who owns the DEC. That's the first community. But once you have the community who has the DEC, they will move on to the next target. That's why later you will show in this whole deployment, right? So from charging, they will move on to social media, social network, the distributed energy store, mall, equipment rental, anything can use DEC because a lot of people have DEC. Who are the targeted people? I'll show you later. Okay, these are the concepts. I'm not an engineer and definitely I'm not an IT guy, but I'm an ex-treasury guy. I just want to manage my asset, right? So currently we have charging site here. Okay, anyway, the company has vision and mission. Definitely each company has vision and mission. So from the ecology growth, we will from clean energy, distributed microgrid, battery, power bank, smart home, new energy vehicle, and new energy charging pile. Okay. Currently, they registered in Singapore under ACRA license. But just now, Datin has said to us, Yuchuang is registered in Shenzhen just recently. Because now the China government wants to move everybody that wants to move to blockchain, register in Shenzhen. That's why we have Yuchuang Shenzhen. Right? So anyway, does this blockchain exist? Or is it what? Crowdfund the money and do it later? No, you can check. Those people who understand, they just ask me, Alam, give me the link. Where's the actor scan link? So this is the actor scan link. You can check everything here. Who's the biggest holder of DEC? How many addresses? Everything is transparent, right? So how many DEC they're going to issue? 319 million debt. Right? Okay, now, out of this 319, how are they going to distribute? So this is the pie chart. 40% will be released through mining, ARCA, staking. Because this is POW plus POS. Right? Don't ask anymore. I'm not really that expert, but I just want to know, is it POW or POS? Is it a combination or everything? So I had, for us to make money in this whole industry of blockchain, either you do trading, you do mining, you do staking, you buy and hold, or play new coin, ICO. From ICO, now not many people want to issue ICO, they move to STO, Security Token Offering. It's not being welcomed by the players in the market because everything must go back to middleman, the authority and everything. Betul? So that's why it don't really, those people who want to issue, they don't want to go to STO yet. Now they move to IEO, Initial Exchange Offering. The one that you share with you later, this is an IEO. Right? So 40% from here, 50% go to foundation, the rest go to the ecosystem, and 5% we go to global exchange as a candy. Okay, so anyway, which part we can take? We can take from the 40% by doing staking. Right? So anyway, so this is the whole business. The target to deploy is 30 million part. So if you join this franchise business, the contract up to 20 years with profit sharing of 80-20. This is to have to move to expand your business throughout the country. Okay, so over here the traditional franchise, you buy the franchise $1 million, then you have to run your own franchise business. Right? In here, you buy the franchise, the company run, you take 80%, the company take 20%. Right? Who can join this? Only Chinese citizen, not us. Right? So anyway, okay, how about the user? Let's be specific besides the public. Okay, they even have kind of a Grab car or Uber, but they call it DD car. How many registered drivers? 50 million, and most of them is using electric car because of the cost. Right? So anyway, how about their target? I asked them, how long is your target? Let's say 2 years. But when I was with Datin, I was talking to someone, a friend, and no, in China I don't think so. 10% will take 2 years. Will be earlier than that. Right? So how about 10% of this rebel are using DEC to enjoy 50% discount? Right? Okay. So each of them, let's say 5 million a month, they use $50. So 5 times 50 means 250 million $. To do what? To charge their car. Next month, they charge again. Next month, they charge again. You know what's happened to the cash flow? Here, when they buy here, at the back of the system, they are actually buy DEC. And they have no idea about buy DEC. They just want to enjoy the 50% discount. These are the real demand by real user. Correct? This is real, as I said earlier. This is gonna be really worth it if it can be used. It's all about usage. Now they are ready users. That's why I'm freaking excited about this product. Alright? Okay, now. So anyway, but the total supply only 390 million. Where did the supply come from? Because the staking, how fast? They are not using 390 million immediately. Right? It has to go through staking and a supply using IEO concept. How fast the user will create the demand. I'll show you where the demand coming from. Okay, anyway. So one of the effort the company does is to attract this user is by calling this founded, I don't know whether they are association or whatever. The company gonna have 100 classes, training classes, how to use the app and enjoy 50% discount. And this is the first class.
Just now you said this individual taxi guy didn't have my DEC.
No, they don't buy.
Just use the app.
They don't. They just use the app.
So who buys the DEC? The dealers. The dealers then.
No, the system make it automatically buy the DEC. This is a back engine.
They just choose. They just choose and then it's bought. They don't have to go through
the
top.
user only know they use the memory. Correct? So anyway, where's the demand coming from? The real demand will come from, first target is this 50 million DD car, not talking about the rest of the electric car owner. And the second demand come from where? People like me, people like Datin, and people like all of us who knows blockchain, who knows cryptocurrency, right? And this particular case, they issue using staking. So we buy and we stake. The moment we stake, we get 100% discount. The question is, every day we got, how they release the coin. When you stake, I join a staking program, staking blockchain, which they release to me, whereby I need to vote once a week. After the full vote, then we release 10% from my staking amount. It takes a month. Without fail, I have to vote weekly. Then a month I enjoy 10% extra from the coin that I stake. In this particular case, you stake, they will release to you the coin every single day. The question is, every single day you get that coin liquid, you can cash it out and everything. What will be the value every single day in future? Clear? Alright, so anyway, so the demand will come from two parties. One is from the real user, the rest is those people who wants to enjoy the staking reward. Okay, when they did this, this one is on 10,000 members, currently 15,000 members. This is still very new. Okay, so anyway, so in summary, there will be distributed more new energy, electric vehicles, supply chain finance, car, internet of things, distributed social, distributed microgrid, and new. We are just starting somewhere over here. So there will be 6 core businesses after this. So for main chain, they will implement the rest of the side chain. So anyway, what do they have here? AI, blockchain, cloud computing, big data, multi-party competition, IoT, and supply chain finance. So this is what you need to know. So DEC New Year is the technology provider for wireless, right? DEC currently registered in Singapore. Later we add in together with Shenzhen. So China is the world's largest population and largest market. How many vehicles they have? Estimation up to 500 million vehicles. Vehicles saja. Okay, so China government expect by 2030 80% must go to new energy. 2035 they should reach 100%. Okay, and then again let me record what Datin just has said just now. That's why the bank is really excited now, because now I don't say they stop, but now they are staying away from giving a loan to property sector. But with a clear direction of the country, so the bank is so eager, because their focus is to minimize the loss, minimize the risk, maximum profit, and a long-term business. So that's why the bank is really excited to get involved to any company that involving on this renewable energy sector. Clear? So anyway, so this is just to share how big is the New Year company. These are the things that they produce. The cheap, small power scheme, medium. This is the Wi-Fi sender, receiver, how this thing can happen. The wireless chargers. Okay. Up to what you want to charge. And phone, okay, I have the technology. Wireless. Laptop, I supply you the energy. Then again, this sector is charging the car. Okay, I supply you this technology. Alright? So anyway, so the pattern, as Datin has said earlier, each pattern worth 50 million renminbi. Okay? I tak faham Mandarin, tapi I bawa faham tu je. Okay? So group circuit fabric design to the certificate, software copyright certificate, invention patent licensing certificate, and what else they have? Patent license certificate. Okay? And the best part, when we were there, there's one plate certificate. That one, we haven't compiled our video and photo yet. We will show you later. And that particular certificate issued is kind of Nobel Prize winner to Dr. Lim. He's a scientist, right? So introduction to charging new from cable to wireless.
Life, there shouldn't be too many restrictions. No limiting. Charging technology keeps improving. And fast charging and wireless technology have become the trend. Traditional charging must be transmitted through various charging wires. The wire has been used for a long time with improper usage. It is damaged easily and also need concern about the danger of electricity. It can charge without wires, which can also cause problems for users. Distributed Energy Cloud, Infotech Limited, that developed the chips, has obtained international authoritative certification. The technology is applied to the wireless charging modules for electric vehicles, smart charging piles, dedicated mechanical parking garages for electric vehicles, and so on. The design of the intelligent charging platform, combined with Internet of Things, IoT, and blockchain technology, to realize human-computer interaction, remote management, safe data transmission of smart charging devices, including mobile phones and automobiles, and real-time transaction and settlement. Lets the smart grid more efficient, convenient, safe, and low cost. The Smart Service Platform focuses on smart charging, develops a big data platform of the Internet of Things, and integrates the business model of smart media, such as game, advertisement, e-commerce, copyright creation, and so on. Through the smart contract and blockchain, and the characteristics of the Internet of Things, IoT, it establishes the safe and full automation mode, so that anyone can consume without any agency, creating an infrastructure for building a shared economy. Distributed Energy Cloud Infotech Limited, that has strong technical as capital, produces a new generation of wireless charging equipment that connect the Internet of Things, IoT, and blockchain resources and create a smart platform. Users holding the currency will obtain quarterly dividends of the company's equipment investment and operating income by 50%. Users can participate in 20 billion DEC currency community mining while enjoying charging. In the future, DEC currency can be used in automotive, mobile phone, and also consumed in the media Internet of Things and data fields. In the future, the company will devote to developing the DEC currency public chain that links kinds of energy to form carbon trading and energy trading. It will establish the Energy Digital Exchange. Welcome to DEC.
Okay, so individual, they are even targeting up to have their own energy trading platform. It's kind of commodity platform, right? This is their target. So anyway, so this is Touch company which produces the part, right? So which part? The many types of part, right? So anyway, this blockchain started May. The staking started May. How about the user apps to start using the DEC? That one was released somewhere
July.
early August. Early August only. So this is the one. The video to show how they make payment using DEC. Okay. Just using QR code. You can see here. New Year.
里面有详细的充电单价、车牌号还有支付方式。那你们要注意一下，支付方式这边已经可以选择 DEC 支付，当前优惠5折。对，可以点击确认，进行。
I need to learn how to use WeChat. And inside WeChat they have all the mini program.
Oh.
All using WeChat. All WeChat memo. Okay, this is the earlier site visit. We had 15 of us plus the Philippines, another 12 of them. So have another visit, which is we are compiling all the data. Okay, but this is the first site visit by my introducer. It was around 2 months ago. This is the place where we went. Here we will the one that you just park your car on top of it, so you will charge. This is my introducer, Mr. Johnny from Kota Kinabalu. We from people from Vietnam, from Okay, let's move on to the last part. How to get DEC, right? There's only one place, global exchange. Currently, this is IEO, Initial Exchange Offering. So for us to get the DEC is through global exchange. So for you to have that DEC, the exchange is between DEC versus dollar Tether. So if you have Bitcoin, you just transfer your Bitcoin to the global exchange, exchange to Tether, and exchange to that. Then only withdraw your debt from exchange, bring it to your staking platform. So let's go to the last part. I will touch about staking reward. How to do staking? It's very simple. You need to have DEC. Without DEC, you cannot do staking. Right? This is how it goes. But you need to choose which product to choose. They will have a few products later. The first product is 200 US dollar, but in DEC. What are you gonna get? What are you gonna get? You're gonna get wireless handphone charging. There will be a product. Now we have been thinking how to bring from China, alright? Then back to Malaysia.
Oh yeah, forgot.
But once you do $200, right? Let's say the price now is $1. You're gonna get how much? 200 net. You bring it, you withdraw your DC from exchanger to the staking platform. How much is it? 200 DC. But once you stake, you got 100% extra. Means times 2. So 200 become 400. But if you choose second product, they have not launched yet, right? But this product you need to have you need to use 7,000 US dollar. Okay? Then if you means you own 1/6 of the charging part, but once you stake, you don't get 100% extra. You only get 20% extra because you have another business. But they have not launched this yet. There's no option on the platform yet. They have not released yet. Alright? So anyway, how do they release the staking reward?